Peace, 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 soul tribe. Yours truly, Ivory Soul's journey. Osiyo, great rising, great day. Good morning. Bonjour. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend. Morning Conversations, July 29th, 2024. Morning Conversations. Morning Conversation. Who's up? Who's up with me this morning? We'll give it a couple minutes here. I want to talk about or have a discussion, if you will, about who are they? And the question to it is, they're just managers. That's it. They're just managers. They're not shot callers. But there is a joker. And we're going to talk about this joker. There's a Pied Piper. And we're going to talk about this Pied Piper. If you don't know what a Pied Piper is, then go back out, do a little research, find out a little more information on the Pied Piper. So we'll give y'all a couple minutes. See who up. Give y'all a couple minutes. See who's up. See who we got riding with me this morning. Maybe on your way to work, on your way to school. Welcome back, everybody. This video is just for information, confirmation, clarification, entertainment purposes only. So take what resonates and ignore the rest. Always follow your divine intuition when you're making life-changing decisions. If you're interested in a personal energy reading, the information is in the description box of the video. If you want to support the channel, the information is also in the description box of this video. Danique, what's going on? Grand Rising. The package, I guess it'll come this morning. So we'll check the box this morning. How you doing this morning? Doing good? Works good? Don't work too hard. They're just managers, y'all. They're just managers. Who am I talking about that's just managers? Yeah, you say you're tired. Trust me, I understand. I understand. Dreams are going to become more vivid, y'all, and translucent. So get ready for that as we get closer and closer to this here 8-8 portal, the Lion's Gate. Right now, the weather is kind of calm. It's okay. It's just hot. This is Texas. It's hot in Texas, the end of July, right? All right, y'all, hit that like button as you're coming in here. They're just managers. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about any president of the United States are just managers. And we'll go into a little bit more detail here in a second. But the most important thing that I see is divide to conquer. Hit that like button, y'all, as you're coming in the live chat, right? See, if you hit that like button on your way in, I ain't got to beg you on the way out. How about that? Divide and conquer. This is what their agenda is. And you couldn't have two more. I think these are the two individuals that are running for managers, president, than we've ever had. And I haven't supported or voted for anybody since 1984. There's this energy of divide and conquer out here. And it's going to culminate with a very destructive energy we call Mars. So, when it comes to these people, you know, for those of us who have common sense, or as I also like to say, for those of us who have spiritual sense, you know, and I know that the person that's in the White House right now, they are not making decisions, folks. And they are not calling any shots. They're managers. So I tell people, in terms of voting, you have your electoral college. So each state has electoral college folks. These are individuals. And they take the popular vote. And in each state, even if you have the popular vote, meaning that, let's say, any state, I'm here in Texas. Let's take Texas. Trump could win the popular vote the popular vote in Texas and still lose the delegates, or that's based on the college vote, the electoral college, which basically means colleagues. The same with Kamala Harris. She could win the popular vote in Michigan and still end up losing the state of Michigan. So I'll say this here. It's like good cop, bad cop. That's why I don't vote. Because of what I just stated with the electoral college. But if you're going to vote, if your religion or your spirituality or whatever you want to call it, if it's not important for you, then just vote for who you like. They say that's your right. Just vote for who you like. But if spirituality, spiritual principles, universal truth, or even religious truth, right, is what you base your life and you center your life around, then take that into consideration when you cast your vote. Because it doesn't matter who's president or who is the manager. And let me explain why I say they're all just managers. All right, you work for a company. You work for a company. Let's say you work for FedEx. All right. And in the department that you work in, you got a supervisor or a manager, right? And then you have, and look at that person as the electoral college person. But then you have a head manager or the manager of the whole facility. And they're the ones that makes the decision on a daily basis just to manage what doesn't belong to them and what doesn't belong to the manager. Whoever that head manager of the whole entire plant, it's not their brand, it's not their products, it's not their services. They're just managing somebody's brand, somebody's product, somebody's services. So, having said that, whoever owns the brand, the products, the services, are the ones who makes the decisions, folks, at the end of the day. And they gather as a board of trustees, whatever, board of directors. And then even then, those are considered, in my term, and based on what I'm saying, those are the ones that's sitting around that board table. Those are just managers for each and every little segment or department for that company. Whoever sits at the head of that table makes the decisions for all these electoral college or these managers. So, take it in terms of the president. The president manages a brand. What's that brand? America. Whatever America's interest. What's the product? Resources, natural resources. You, me. That's what they're managing, folks. That's it. That the president don't own the brand. They don't own the country. They don't have the final decision. They're just managers, folks. So what I tell people again, if I'm working, say I work at FedEx, and I got a manager, and me and that manager cool. In fact, everybody in the department that I work in, we're cool with that manager or that supervisor. Then all of a sudden, something happens. And whoever the shot caller is, meet with their folks. They say, you know what? You know that department over there? I'm thinking about replacing that manager in that department with somebody else. And people around the board, people around the table at the whatever board meeting, they're not going to question the shot caller and say to the shot caller, why is you removing this manager? And who are you going to replace this manager? They won't say that shit. They do as they're fucking told to do. Now, a manager that the whole department appreciated working under, because that manager made sure anything dealing with human resources, you got your money. They made sure you get your raises. They made sure that you got your benefits. They help you to make sure you know how to apply for your benefits, 401k, so on and so forth. They gave you hours that you were comfortable with. They worked around your schedule. That's what that manager did. And everybody was happy. Everybody was coming to work in a good attitude, good mindset, ready to work. Hit that like button, y'all. Ready to work the whole 9 yards. And then one day, Ivory comes to work to his department, and there's a new manager. Now, guess who this manager is? This manager is somebody that Ivory once trained or somebody else in our department trained. Meaning that I trained this person. We trained this person. And so you're looking at, so we all looking at, I'm just metaphor. I never worked for FedEx. So just metaphorically speaking, now we looking at this here manager and like, and everybody, you know how talk go around, chatter and shit, gossip, whatever. Damn, y'all know, y'all see that, y'all heard they got rid of so and so and so. Yeah, I seen the new manager when I was leaving out of the break room, and da 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 da. I don't like that shit. Hell, I know more than them. But there's a reason why they replaced that man. Because number one, now what was a smooth operation in our department, everybody had good attitudes coming to work, everybody was good with everything. Now that environment, that atmosphere has changed overnight. Let's take all of what I just said and transfer it over to presidents. So now you have a manager managing president, let's just say the past 3.5 years. That managing president was Joe Biden. And before Joe Biden, the managing president was Donald Trump. Right? So what you have to do as a quote unquote laborer, because you're resources to America. You fucking labor. That's a nice, slick corporate way of saying you're a slave. To who? The fucking system. So as a employee, we still at FedEx. As an employee, when it comes to the presidents, my only concern is this manager, is this managing president who does not own the brand, the products, or the services, is this managing president, how was I affected with whoever the manager is? Because it matters, but it doesn't matter as far as you choosing, because you're not in that boardroom as one of the quote 12 making the decisions or giving your opinions. And then whoever's at the head, they make that damn decision. Okay. I clearly, me, since we're talking about me, that way ain't got to talk about what you believe and how you see things. Talk about me. Let's go back the past 3 managers. So your past 3 managers is Biden, Trump, and Obama. Okay. I want you to be, don't be cognitive dissonant. Don't be living in a fake believe world. Don't say things just because either you don't like somebody or you do like somebody. Go with reality in your life. So as I go back under the past 3 managers, because that's all they is managers, folks. They already know who's going to be president. All right. Under Obama, I'm going to be honest with you. Some people say, but yeah, here's the good cop, bad cop, good manager, bad manager. Under Obama, he steps into a pile of bullshit called a national financial crisis. And then some people say, well, that wasn't Obama's fault. Bullshit. It wasn't his fault. He wasn't on the clock, but he works for the same damn shot caller. Now, some people say, well, George Bush, he was a Republican. It doesn't matter, folks. You got Dick Cheney and the Bush, or let's say it like this here. Most people don't know that Obama and the Bush family and the Obama and President Obama, they are family. See, if I was to just talk and not know, then I can make an ass out of myself. I'm telling you, if you do just a little teach, just a little bit of research on just that subject alone, you'll find out that the Bushes and the Obamas are related downline. Why is this important? Every manager is briefed and schooled before they put their hand on that Bible and raise the other hand. They already know the state of the company. They already know. He knew. Now, let's say he gets in there. Let me tell you something. If you go back and you pay attention, when you were, quote unquote, a laborer in America, a worker, that's all you are. I want you to be honest with yourself and say, okay, when I was working for managing President Barack Obama, how was my life? Did he do anything for me? Did he have an agenda for me? My causes, my concerns, things that I know will make my life better. No, he didn't. He do shit. There's nothing that I can go back and say this, that, or the other. Now, we said we're going to go back to past three. Three major policies of Barack Obama. Now, he hasn't been president since 2016, 8 years ago. But the effect and the influences of his policies is affecting us today. The same with the Clintons, if we go back further. The same with the first Bush. You got to go all the way back, folks, to Reagan to see that there was a managing president. I know a lot of y'all don't like Reagan. I ain't damn all that shit. You got to go all the way back to the 80s to find a managing president over this brand, this company, this corporation called America, in which that it was managed in such a way that you felt good, even if I don't like this damn dude. Shit was okay. Now, they called it Reaganomics and so on and so forth. But before Reagan, you got to realize that another managing president, Carter. See, I remember all this shit. And it was fucked up out here when Carter was the managing president. They're just managers. Three policies. Barack Obama, of course, the main one was his Obamacare. That was not originally his plan and idea. It was the former manager wife. That was her baby. She couldn't pull it off when her husband was in office, Bill Clinton. So it was Hillary's dream to reform three things: welfare, prisons, and healthcare. That was her personal dream. So that's why Clinton allowed, get this now, watch this shit. That's why Clinton allowed Joe Biden to be over what? Criminal justice reform. And we know what happened with that policy. They came after people of color. Fast forward. Then Barack Obama, so he had Obamacare, the DREAM Act, to whereas illegal immigrants can come over here and they say we'll fast track them on their path to citizenship. We're going to give them everything that they need to succeed and to live and exist in this foreign country that they ain't did shit to earn it. That's just like, back again, me, metaphorically speaking, I'm at the FedEx. And then they come and bring a shitload of new people here. And everything that we've been going to human resources about, they've been turning us down. Get your ass back out there, Ivan. Take your ass back to work, boy, before you won't have no damn job. And if I needed that job, what did I do? Took my ass right on back to work with a fucked up attitude now. Because why? I'm here training people to either take my place or to move me out completely. I'm sitting here working and training people that they get benefits that I've never gotten. And I've been here for fucking years. That's two. Obamacare. Have you benefited from Obamacare? I remember I had Blue Cross Blue Shield when he passed that damn law. And my premiums was the same pretty much for years. Then as soon as he passed this law, my shit went way up. So this DREAM Act, now it started with the Bushes, the first Bush. You got to realize that there are Republicans, that they're part of the bullshit. They work with the Democrats. And there are Democrats, they damn sure with that bullshit. They've been managing your company. They've been managing your vote. They've been managing your resource. You're a resource. That's why they call it human resource. You. They've been managing your labor ever since we started voting Democrat. So they've been managing you, your communities, your neighborhoods, your schools, your hospitals, your banks, your streets, your parks. They've been managing y'all ever since Abernathy and Dr. King met with LBJ and signed that damn bill. Before this man got out of jail, Martin Luther King Jr., before he got out of jail, he was locked up, right? And they bailed him out. Who? the opposite political party, the Democrats. It was a political move. And Lyndon B. Johnson said that if we can get them to leave the Republican Party, the party of their ancestors, if we can get them to leave, we'll have a vote. We'll have them. Just like if we get their vote, we got them for the next 200 years. Same damn thing Jim Crow said on the House and Senate floor, a combined Congress and Senate. And that old cracker said, for the next 1,000 years, we got them. If we can get this here implemented, this damn Jim Crow bullshit, we got them for 1,000 years. And so we ran over, started voting Democrat. Prior to that, it was all Republican. All of your ancestors. I be telling people, you ever heard, I ask people when they go to talking, and I don't debate this no damn politics. I only fucking, I know what time it is. But just think about this here now. Hold on. Let me see if I got it real nearby. Okay. Most people don't know. I'm talking to people of color this morning. Most people don't know. If you know anything about the Constitution, this is the corporated document for America, because America is a corporation, folks. It's not a country. It's a republic. It's a republic. It's not a democracy. It's a republic. That's why when they say they little pledge, and to the republic for which it stands, which we stand, one nation under God. Y'all know how it go. But if you know the thing about their document called the Constitution, we're talking about they're just managers. I want you to get this here. Before Abraham Lincoln, the Republican Party was classified as the Liberty Party. The Liberty Party meaning the abolitionists, people who wanted slavery to be abolished. So you got to think and use your common sense. Why would Frederick Douglass, why would quote unquote Harriet Tubman, or why would Jesse Owens, or why would Nat Turner, why would any of them vote, support a party that introduced them to Jim Crow? Why? Why would they support or vote somebody in the office that wants to keep them a slave? Why would they want to support or vote for somebody and keep them in office that didn't want them to have a right to vote? Why would they even vote or support somebody that don't even want them to have citizenship? Why? They didn't. And Martin Luther King, his wife, and all the rest of them jokers, before Lyndon B. Johnson, they sit down and signed it and made the deal with the devil. After Kennedy was assassinated, who bailed out King? They made a deal with the devil, because one thing you can pull up is receipts. The receipts don't lie. Y'all like receipts? Well, let me read off these receipts. So if you know anything about the Constitution, there are amendments. And after the Civil War, which was all about slaves, the 13th Amendment, basically, in short, it was about the abolishment of slavery. Get rid of it. Don't need it. 100%. I don't want you to think white people first, because it wasn't all white when these amendments was enacted into their Constitution. Listen, 13th Amendment was about abolishing slavery. And during this vote, 100% of the Republican, which was also black folk, natives, not slaves, 100% of the Republicans supported or voted to abolish slavery. 23% of the Democrats. So 77% of the Democrats didn't want slavery to be abolished. We're talking about managers here. The 14th Amendment gives citizenship to freedmen we call free slaves. 94% of the Republican Party wanted the free slaves to have citizenship. 0% of the Democratic Party of the 14th Amendment, they didn't want you to be a citizen. They didn't want you to be free. They wanted your ass, again, to stay a slave, and they damn sure didn't want to get rid of it. And they damn sure they want you to even be a citizen. I'm going to post this again in the community. I did it once. That's the 14th Amendment, giving you citizenship. Because before this here, 14th Amendment, you was 2/3. You was property. You was like the damn cattle, the chickens, the hogs. You was property, land. You wasn't shit. And our ancestors had to deal with this shit. The 15th Amendment, right to vote. 100% of the Republican Party wanted you, your ancestors, to have a right to vote. 100% of the Republicans. Because a lot of these Republicans were black. Most people don't even know Lincoln was. We ain't gonna go down that route. Most people don't know that Thomas Jefferson was. We ain't gonna go down that route. Most people don't even know that Frederick Douglass ran for president as a Republican. We ain't gonna even go down that route. We're just gonna stick to the task at hand. The 15th Amendment, 100% Republicans, your ancestors too, voted for you to have a right to vote. 0% of the Democrats wanted you to have a right to vote. Let's just take those 3 amendments and let them sink in for a second. If you look at things in terms of where we are today. Because before the Civil War, our people had a lot of shit, but they divided us. They put us against each other. And they used the native tribes, our ancestors, to divide us. And some of our ancestors, just like you got some of these folks today that looks like me and you, some of our ancestors sold out. We wasn't slaves, folk. The word slavery appears because they wanted you to think that you came off of a boat and you didn't. So now these same damn people, their descendants, and some are still living from that bill that was signed by Dr. Martin Luther King with Lyndon B. Johnson. And now we're running out here, rushing, a lot of us, not all of us, to vote for the managing president, party, family, policies that didn't want you to have a right to vote, that didn't even want you to be a fucking citizen, that voted to keep you or your ancestors a slave, the Democratic Party. Now, you have Biden. And if you look at this shit, you can't help but know. If you know his record, good. I'm talking about the party. That's why I call them Democrats. We own less than 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth, and we've been relying on the Democrats. The same goddamn group of people, same goddamn party that I just spelled out in the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment that didn't give two flying fucks about you. Now their great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren is managing your ass. So they carrying out the will and honor of their parents, their ancestors. And they ain't gonna change. We're not carrying out the will of our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents, and all of our great ancestors. So our ancestors and guys is saying, okay, so y'all going to support the fucking enemies that fucked over us, that hung us, that enslaved us, that didn't want us to have a right to vote, that didn't want us to be citizens, that didn't want to get rid of the slave patrol or abolish slavery. So since y'all gonna jump ship, just like they did by backstab your ancestors, how on earth can you even think that your ancestors and your spirit guides is going to support us under this here damn Constitution? So we stuck. I come into your house, rape, kill, destroy, take control over, fuck you over, kill your husband, kill your man, kill the head of the household, the body gonna die. Do it right in front of the woman, the wife, and the children. I do all this shit. and then go in there and rape your woman, your wife, and start having babies. And I'm going to train this damn child up to be either Uncle Tom or a slave. Now these kids grow up, and because of Jim Crow and because of the brainwashing, now these same children, us, descendants of our ancestors here on this land, not in Africa, here. We done forgot all about the elders and the ancestors. And by doing so, they forgot about us. It's like the song Michael Jackson say, they don't give a fuck about us. And y'all like to think only in terms of quote unquote white people that did not even exist. White people, that classification. White people didn't even exist before 1681. Before 1681, there was no such thing as white people. So now, when Michael Jackson said they don't give a fuck about us, when I first heard that song, first thing come to my mind, he must be talking about white folk. But then when I think about it, and when I eventually thought about it on a spiritual, deeper level, his voice is ringing out, and I'm hearing the ancestors speak through his voice and telling Michael, telling me, as I hear his song, the ancestors saying, they, who is they? Their damn descendants don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about what we went through. They don't give a fuck about how these people used us, abused us, raped us, murdered us, hung us. They want us to have no fucking rights and no fucking privileges. They don't give a fuck about us. Your ancestors today, folks, damn the politics, is saying, children, descendants, y'all don't give a fuck about us. So therefore, we cannot come to your rescue. Because you're supporting and you sleeping with the damn enemy. You dancing with the damn devil. You dancing with the very people that's responsible for us having now still less than 1/2. Get this, y'all. If you know anything about percentages, you got 100%. So 100% of the wealth in this country, we own out of that 100%. Less than 1/2 of 1% of that 100. Why? Because our mindset, we accept the fuckery. Our mindset is don't honor the ancestors. Don't listen to the voice of the ancestors. And then we go now, every 4 years, they spit that game on us. Why I say us? Because 90-some% of all Democratic voters that of all of the African American, which didn't come along till 1988 by Uncle Tom named Jesse Jackson. 90-some% of African Americans will run out here and vote for our ancestors' enemies. Don't even look at the party. KKK, Jim Crow. Any of these names ring a bell? 90-some% of the slave owners, 94% of the slave owners were Democrat. 94%. 6% were Republican. And they just infiltrated. They were once in the South, went to the North because why? In the northern states, you had black political leaders. So they sent these fuckers up north to infiltrate our party, the Liberty Party, the Republican Party. And that's why you have people like the Bushes, modern day, the Cheneys, the Bushes, the Romneys. And what's that guy from Arizona who died, that senator? They used to call him the fucking, what's that white man's name? Fought in the military. All of these Republicans, you got to remember now. Anyway, so let's move on beyond Biden. Move on beyond Obama. And I just dealt with Biden. Then you get Clinton. You get, after Biden, you get Trump. He's an outsider. He's not part of the buddies. He's not part of Washington's clique. Joe Biden in 1988 did not endorse or support Jesse Jackson, who was running for president. You know who supported Jesse Jackson? Boule, Jesse Jackson. One of the ones, political gatekeeper. Trump endorsed and supported Jesse Jackson. Not Bill Carter. It was Trump. Not Biden. He was there. It was Trump. And in that year, during that election season, we became African America as a new title and classification. And the reason why, one of the reasons why, is they wanted us to remain in the mindset, in the thought process that you came from Africa. Y'all know damn well the majority of the people that I'm talking to that got any kind of remembrance. I remember my parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, when we was growing up, we used to say, I got that Indian blood. We used to say Indian, got that Indian blood. My parents talked about their grandparents, my grandparents and my great-grandparents. They talked about us being Indian, having Indian blood. They didn't say, I got that African blood. No. You might have a percentage or two. Because did I say the slave trade didn't exist? No. I'm saying the story was in reverse. I've been saying this shit 20-some years. I've been teaching this shit over the pulpit 20-some years, 30-some years, rather. So here we are. You got a president in office who is only a manager. And now they done booted him out. I told y'all, 3 world leaders. One of them was going to be forced to resign. I told y'all one world leader was going to have an assassination attempt, or they was going to have a successful assassination. I told y'all a world leader was going to die tragically. So now you've had the managing president, Biden, forced to resign. This motherfucker is just living out a 2 weeks notice. When have a sitting president in America, even if we didn't have social media? You got to think about this here shit. Went and gave a 2 weeks notice, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Every week. Now, this week, like I told y'all yesterday, breaking news. You're going to hear some major breaking news this damn week. Again, it's going to shock the shit out of you. Nothing shocks me. Nothing. I've seen this shit visually. The universe has allowed me to see and has allowed others of us with this gift that we're just willing to see. Most people, our ancestors and guides, spirit, source, God, don't entrust everybody with certain gifts, because we'll take these gifts and we'll monetize these goddamn gifts. We'll use these gifts to benefit us and not the people. So they say, we ain't gonna even give you this gift. And those of us who can see things, I sit here yesterday, day before yesterday, the anniversary of my pops transitioning, and then to be able to have two guys, listen to me closely, y'all. My daddy hated Biden. He hated. When my dad started finding out things as I was teaching online before YouTube, and he see me, he said, boy, you good with that history, ain't you? He said, man, I didn't even know that. He said, man, fuck them goddamn splitters. I mean, fuck Mr. Cluck Cluck. But to be able to have my mother and my father revealing shit to me, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, some of my grandparents in the physical and great-grandparents, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't fuck with them. Great aunts and uncles and shit, I can't fuck. Why? Because they're on the other side, the dark side. They're the ones that wanted to keep certain ones in my family and in your family from spiritually advancing and getting on my soul's purpose. So they would use different techniques, whether we call it magic, spell works, voodoo, hoodoo, you knew, whatever the fuck they use, to hide shit, to cause illusions. That boy ain't gonna be nothing. That girl ain't gonna be nothing. And you become the black sheep. The same way it is now. Our ancestors and guides are screaming at the top of their lungs, we can't help you. This is why we have not improved since the ending of the Civil War. We have not improved. There were segments, there were times that as the Republican Party, if you go back and look at Black Wall Street, y'all talk about Oklahoma and Tulsa and Black Wall Street, well, none of these folks are fucking Democrat. None of them. And look at what they had. Look at what they had. We've been going down fucking hill ever since we got on the side and started supporting and voting on the side of the enemy. The very people, the very party that fucked over our parents. So yeah, now your ancestors and your guys are saying, look at you now. You don't give a fuck about us. Fuck your vote. That's what your guys and ancestors are saying. You want people to come in here. You want to support people that fucked us over to the ninth power. And look at your broke asses. You don't even own grocery stores. Where your Black Wall Street? You can't have no Black Wall Street and be a fucking Democrat. I remember when I was in Detroit back home, and Dr. Clark Anderson come to town and was there supporting that project we call New Detroit. And we had on it. Now, this is the agenda. This is what's the plan. This is what's on the agenda. A stretcher of for miles down on Jefferson Avenue where you can look across and you can see Canada. Well, from there all the way back downtown, all of that, a big, huge area. And even downtown. Listen, we could have had all these goddamn casinos. We could own every damn thing in Detroit. But you know why we didn't do it? Because when he go in there and he's talking to some fucking city council people that are fucking Democrats, guess what? The ancestors said, no. We're going to give it to we're going to give it to the Republicans. You'll never find a Native American in their right mind like me or anybody else that'll vote Democrat. So we ended up losing everything. Now we got to go and work in the same motherfucking casinos in Detroit. Go to Ford Field. All that shit supposed to be ours. And these damn Democrat black folk, the mayor and city council, all black as far as the majority of them, black mayor, majority black city council, and we don't own shit. There's over 1,000 gas stations in Detroit, Wayne County, the perimeters of Detroit. Over 1,000 gas stations. We got one. I forget his name. We got one that's owned by black. So that means we'll own shit. And the ancestors said, okay, that's how y'all gonna do us? Okay, keep voting with these motherfucking Democrats. You ain't gonna never have shit. Why? Because when you go down on your knees, Lord, please, and your ancestors and the elders and your guys, they go into Lord, please, saying, Lord, please, don't give them shit. They with the damn enemy. Don't give my seed shit. Spirit, universe says, oh, okay, then. We don't give them shit. Now you got Kamala Harris. Man, if y'all don't wake the fuck up, y'all hate Trump. The majority of black folk, not the men, hate Trump. Hate him. But they can't tell you why they hate him. He racist. Motherfucker, goddamn it, your ass voting for Democrats. You vote for KKK. You voting with KKK descendants. You voting with Jim Crow descendants. And you gonna call Trump racist? At least he left them goddamn Democrats. He left the Democratic Party. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me turn something on right quick. He left him. I don't blame his ass. I never was a voting Democrat. Never will be. damn Democrats will never get my vote. For what? So my ancestors and my guys can roll over in their grave? And the sad part is there is there is a 50-50 chance. Here's the scary part that I feel energetically. There's a 50-50 chance because I started out the video like this here. There's a 50-50 chance that the shot callers, not the managers, the president, the shot callers, there's a 50-50 chance she's going to be your president. And let me tell you something. You think you ain't got shit right now. They gonna open, let me tell you something. They done went and, he go and sign some little funk ass executive order that he could have signed back in January 21 to temporarily close down the border. Our plan is being executed. Temporarily close down the border. She becomes president. You think Biden, let me tell you, you think Biden is an asshole. Are you better off right now since Biden been manager? What makes you think Kamala Harris, before she became, I'm telling you now, telling you what I know, before she became the Democratic nominee, I can go and research shit about Kamala and her past, and that shit pop right up. You ain't gonna be able to research shit, hardly. Nancy Pelosi and others has made sure that her past in California and all the bullshit that she's done, they made sure they go back on social media search engines and delete all of that shit. So then now they playing this mind fuckery. So now when people hear about it from people like me and others, and they go and say, oh, for real, let me go and check and see it. Then they go check and see, and they can't find shit. Then they'll come back on social media. Y'all lying. Okay. Everybody in their goddamn blind dog knew. Take away the title. Everybody in their goddamn blind dog know that Kamala Harris was assigned by publicly, officially, on live TV, was publicly assigned by Joe Biden, appointed to be over the fucking border and Ukraine. Now all of a sudden, she wasn't the damn border czar. Fuck czar. Her ass was over. That was her project. If she wasn't over the border czar, why did she go down to El Paso one motherfucking time? Let me tell y'all something. If these damn Democrats win, it's only because the shot caller says divide to conquer. Crisis like a motherfucker. And your ancestors said, nah, 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 nah. I told you, you didn't listen. Now your ass is stuck. Ah, nah, 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 nah. Y'all know how kids used to do. That's how your ancestors looking at you now. You big, like Fred Sanford said, you big dummy. You gonna vote for motherfuckers that hung? Your ancestors on this land. Damn Africa. And I don't mean it in a negative way. And your ancestors got to work deals out with spirit, source, universe, God. Is Trump perfect? Fuck no. Am I perfect? Fuck no. Is you perfect? Fuck no. But when you was working as a laborer, resource, corporate slave, when you was working under the managing president of Donald Trump, shit was better. If nothing else for your pockets, whether you liked him or not, shit was better. I enjoy going to the goddamn gas station, filling up with $20, $25. Go try to fill up now with $20, $25. What you driving? A bicycle with a gas tank on the back? You ain't filling up no cars for no $20. Some places a dozen of eggs, $4 for a dozen of eggs. A dozen. Not 2.5 dozen, a dozen. Let me get out of here because I got to come back and do this here card of the day. But listen, folks, vote for who you want to vote for. But like I said, since 1984, I ain't bothered nobody about who they voted for, whoever. You know why? Because I ain't voted. I just been trying to tell people, if it wasn't for me being in that damn political science class in 1984 in college, and we had that debate team during the 1984 election cycle, had it not been for that class, and I pulled out of that damn hat, there was all the students in the class and the instructor, 1/3 of our grade. If I'd have pulled out Democrat, I'd probably be with y'all asses. I never would have done no homework. But because I'm like, why pull out Republican? My mom and daddy, they Democrats. And part of it, to get that 1/3 grade for your whole grade for the whole semester, was I had to go out and research about the Republican Party. And as I'm doing my research at the library, no computers, none, no computers, none. They had those big ass, giant ass word processors, no computers. I had to get my ass up, me and my little debate team for Republicans, go to the library at the college as groups, and then we pull up. And I was like, hey, y'all, and it's black and whites on my team. Hey, y'all, did y'all know that black people used to vote Republican? And everybody was like, no, where you see that at? Here it is right here in the book. For the ones with the known name. I said, here's some articles from way back in 1800s, 1889. Here we got Frederick Douglass. Why is he running for president as a black man? During the heated times that they telling you in slavery. The peak. That shit blew me away. And boy, did I go deep, deep, deep down that rabbit hole. And let me tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something. Where you at? Edward G. Walker. 1830 to 1901, son of David Walker, an abolitionist. One of the first two, him and his dad, black men elected to the Massachusetts state legislature as a Republican for the Massachusetts House of Representatives from the 3rd Ward, Middlesex District. His name, go look him up, Edward G. Walker. Who else? Let me give you a couple of them right quick before I go. John Mercer Langston, member of the U.S. I got all of it. It's part of my book. Member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Virginia's 4th District. In office September 23rd, 1890 to March 3rd, 1891. Frederick Douglass in 1879, I said 89. United States minister residence. So he was the United States minister to Haiti. Frederick Douglass ran for president as a black man. Victoria Woodhull. Y'all don't even know who she is. She was the first woman that ran for president, but because her birthday was in September 1873, 6 months after the inauguration, she was too young, quote unquote, because you have to be 35. She was 34 years old, 6 months. Ran for president. Charles Lewis Mitchell, member of the Massachusetts representative from the 6th district, the Suffolk district. And it goes on and on and on and on and on, and I can go on and 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 on. 1836. Alexander L. Twilight became the first African American. Notice how they're using this word back then, but it didn't exist until 1988. Became the first African American to be elected as a state legislator in the United States of America. 4 of the 5 office holders served as a New England state. 3 office holders served as state legislator. He first served in elective office in 1776 as a local school board member in New Market, New Hampshire, and later as a justice of peace, making him the first African American to serve as a judge. Back in 1776, when this country became a country. Let me tell y'all something, folks. These folks that I'm calling out here, and so many, many more, governors, senators, congressmen, judges, all Republicans that wanted to abolish, that voted to abolish slavery, that voted for you to have a right to vote, that voted for you to be a citizen. And now we done let them all down. And we wonder why we fucked up. We wondering why we own less than 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth. Why? Because you voting for the wrong party. You're on the wrong side of the road. Your ancestors know it. Your spirit guides know it. And if you believe, God know it. We'll see y'all in a few minutes for the card of the day. Peace. They just managers. That's all.